Welcome, my friends, to the class of Marketing 1311, Principles of Marketing. I'm Randy Saleh, Assistant Professor of Business, and I will be your instructor for this class. I wanted to make this nice, quick orientation welcome video so you can hopefully get this done before class so we can start actually delving into the subject of marketing on our first day of class. I like to start any course, any semester, with these three things. And this is a good way to look at your life, look at your career path, the why, the what, and the how. This motivation, the process, and what products do we produce or deliverables. The why, my friends. Believe that we are surviving in a chaotic world. I don't think there's much argument right about now. Depending on when you're taking this course, it could be a fall, spring, or summer semester. But since the year 2000, just this millennia, it is almost as if we have been in some sort of a sci-fi movie that doesn't seem to get any better, from the 9/11 catastrophes all the way through the pandemics, hurricanes, natural disasters, to the big COVID pandemic, and to all the wars that we're in right now. It's been chaotic, but hey, we're surviving. Michael Crichton had a chaos theory. Michael Crichton was a great author. I'm sure you've probably seen at least the Jurassic World series, the Jurassic Park series. That was Michael Crichton's work. He wrote a lot of stuff. If you have HBO Max, maybe you've seen Westworld, all of his things. Well, he studied a Russian mathematician. Michael Crichton was a medical doctor as well. Very smart man. Things that should be stable: weather patterns, economic patterns, education, healthcare. Again, pre-millennia, in the 1990s, 1980, 1970, things were somewhat, they were in cycles, but they weren't as chaotic now. What has happened? Some sort of an unpredictability occurs when random disruptive variables get into the mix. So that's the world we live in, and that's why I like to teach all of my courses. How can we survive? How can we get just a little bit better in our jobs and what we are doing? This is an interesting fact. We look at chaos, and then chaos certainly leads to extinction. If we were to go back a few 20 years ago to the year 2000, 52% of the Fortune 500 companies, corporations, are now extinct. They do not exist. So that's at least 260 some odd companies that were probably on that Fortune 500 list for their inception. Some of them well over 100 years. We'll think of companies like Kodak, Blockbuster, Sears. Those were ginormous companies. They're done. They're dead. Interesting, my friends, if we do not adapt, we become extinct. So that's why I like to teach the course. That's the why. We've got to change our status quo, don't you think? I like to tell any student, don't think of yourself as a customer of Tarrant County College. I get into rather interesting debates. Oh, the students are always our customers. Well, you may have been a customer during the registration process, the application process, and in somewhat of student services. But when you step into a classroom, either online or face-to-face, or a blended class, which is the best of both worlds, you don't think of yourself as a customer. Think of yourself as the product of Tarrant County College that's going to go into the workforce or go on to the next university. So I think we all have to get our game. Every day we have to bring an A game in this world. This is a concentric circle. All right, I'm Captain Obvious here. But on Michael Crichton's theory, or the Russian mathematician, this is what happens. Here's where we are, and this is the technology, the environment that expands into a new level, maybe a new system, so to speak, which gets us into a new system, which gets us into a new system. So, my friends, where do we want to be? Do we want to hang back here where it's kind of nice and safe? In the Zen Buddhist world, we would call that, do we want to cocoon ourselves and not take any risks and not venture out? Well, 52% of those Fortune 500 companies must have done that. They were very happy with their profitability, with their market share, with their customer, and they're not here anymore. This is the edge. This is the edge of innovation. Do we push way too far? Well, we could become extinct that way as well, by just going too hard at it. So should we be somewhere in the next circle that's going to create the next system, the next layer, the next economy? Getting as innovative as we possibly can, but not pushing it too far. It's an interesting balance that we need to have, that you're going to need to have throughout your career. That's the why, some of the learning objectives of this course. I have been teaching a while. I like to teach this way, with relevancy, with practicality, and simplicity. As Leonardo da Vinci would say, simplicity is the most eloquent design. I think the stuff that we talk about, this is not a government class, okay? It's not a history class where you're going to learn absolutely nothing. You're going to take anything with you except dates, and you've had that throughout your schooling, from junior high, high school, probably even elementary school. We need to have relevancy. If you're running a business, if you're employed right now, I mean, we're all in customer service somehow, and we can see how pretty bad the retail environment is right now. A lot of businesses, and most of those retails was that top 52% of that Fortune 500 company that's no longer existing. We've got to know who our customer is. So I hope we can give you some relevancy, very practical. The things that we do in here are going to be practical assignments that can hopefully help you building your LinkedIn profile, getting digital badges, understanding how in that first job of yours, where you should start when you're given a project. So yes, I like to teach with these three foundations. So this is a basic level marketing class. We are not in hardcore social media strategies, although we'll talk about social media. It is a basic marketing class. So it's an overview of the marketing world. You may have not have thought of marketing as that's a career that you may want to go into. You may change your mind after this course. It's an exciting part of the business world. Every business, profit, nonprofit, political, you name it. We've got to get that message out. We've got to get it to our target audience, and they need to understand that. So we'll look at how to analyze the marketing environment. Got to create value. You're going to be employed. How do we do that? Other models. So we'll understand you have that first job. We'll go over in our first unit that situation analysis. Okay, wow, I got a first job. I got a great, not a first job, but the first professional job. Okay, that's now I'm in charge of projects. And whoa, where's my training? Hey, well, tell us where your department is. Well, a quick situation analysis can help that out, where we can understand what's our place, and that is, where do we distribute our product or our service? What is the product or service? What's the price? How do we promote that? And of course, the political system, the competitive system, the economic system, the customer around us, that's the target, our social, all these things that are in motion. It's a great starting place to say, okay, this is where I am, and now how am I going to lead my department, my business, whatever I might be doing? Of course, if you like psychology, my friends, if you like sociology, I think you'll really like the field of marketing. Marketing is the applied psychology and sociology in the business world. Why do people buy? Why must I have a new electronic device, iPhone, Droid, Z Fold, whatever it might be, every single time a new one comes out? There's great psychology behind that. And if we can figure that out a little better, because we want to find out who's going to be the first to buy. That's called an adopter category. Who's the first, who's the last? Hey, the last people to buy are not going to drive our business, but the first few rungs of people. There's an innovator, there's an early adopter, there's mainstream. We can get into that very fast. That's where we become market leaders. Why and when do people purchase? You like psychology and sociology, but maybe you're thinking, I don't know how I have a career with that. Well, then you switch to the marketing side immediately. Identifying the target market. This is a basic marketing class. This is the fundamental rule of marketing. We must have a customer that we are going for. There are 8 billion people in the world. There are 350, 60, 70 million people in the United States. There's 11 million just in Dallas and Fort Worth if you are located in this area and you just open up let's say you open up a food truck, all right? Vegan, Mexican, Spanish, Latino, fused, food truck and it's all vegan. 11 million people your target? Well, if everyone's your customer, then nobody's your customer. We're going to find out the definition of the characteristics of the people that we are trying to purchase our product, our core customers. And if other people come in, fantastic. But we need to have a core. Hey, Walmart, as big as they are, they have a core customer. So does Target. All right, even the big box retailers do, biggest stores ever. And Amazon has like 7 different core targets that they look at. So how to segment it? Segmentation. Well, if we think of geometry, and the line in geometry goes infinite. You can't. The only way you can measure it is to do a line segment. Same thing in marketing with these people. We segment the market to find our customers. It's a great part. This is the heart of the course. We'll just throw social media out there everywhere. Hey, that's great too, but we want to make sure our message goes to our target market. So every organization has one. If you don't, then we cease to exist. And many of those 52% of the companies that are now extinct in that Fortune 500 that we just talked about, lost sight of their target customer. Somehow our customers, you, me, we always change. We're an evolving process. What we liked 10 years ago doesn't mean we're going to like it 10 years in the future. So we have to understand that. That is a big part. In fact, that's just a separate unit. That's unit 2 of this class. Oh, I love the target market. Strategy. Now that we know the target market, how do we get it? How do we get to them? So this is the strategy. So we're going to do a strategy profile of a business operation, and I have that for you. How to do a quick marketing canvas. It's like a marketing plan, but it's done more graphically. And again, so when you're in your new professional jobs, if you're in it right now, or you're hopefully that's in our near future, we can understand how does our product or service drive to the market that we want, and what are the strategies that we're going to need to get to that customer. And that's what we call the 5 Ps: product, price, place, promotion, and most importantly, people. Well, it's us doing the work. And of course, we'll try to get in all of that, all the connections of where of how marketing technology. Maybe you're a tech person and you're very analytical, kind of like marketing, but you heard it's more advertising, which a lot of it is, but not all of it. It's in sales, big driven. Well, there's huge parts in marketing. Of course, AI is driving all of that. How do we get those social media? What are all the connecting points in that area? Well, I'm excited, my friends. One of my favorite classes to teach. The how. Okay, now you're psyched up. We got the why. Got the what. Now we're going to get the how, the finished product. Well, I like to think of the class as Las Vegas. There's the infamous sign in Las Vegas, and probably as you have heard, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So think of this class a little bit like Las Vegas. What happens in the class, in the classroom. We don't need to talk too much about that to other ones, because hey, other students are going to be jealous, especially those taking government. They're meeting twice a week, or history twice a week, and they're saying, oh my gosh, man, this is insane. Let's see what we've got here. Well, the chaos. COVID, not disappeared. Wow. Now we're in the mid-2020s here, as we are 2024. As this video goes through, it's just a welcome video. It's going to go through 25 and 26, and we're seeing COVID right back. Not as bad as it was, thank God, but we've seen inflation highest since the 1970s. Whatever the government says it is, we know it's somewhere between 30 and 40%. Those of us who live on independently from the parents, we've got our own apartment, our house, we do grocery shopping, we put fuel in the car. It's taking everything now. And so we need flexibility. That's why I bring this into it. Flexible schedules, my friend. Well, this is a course that is called a blended course, hybrid. This course is either on a Monday, because I teach on Mondays, and I teach this class on Tuesday evening. So whichever one you are on, let's just say this is the Monday class, that's the only day we come. We don't go Monday, Wednesday. And if you are in a Tuesday class, we don't go Tuesday, Thursday. We just go on the day that it says on your schedule. So check your schedule out again. So that's our lectures every other day. So it's the hybrid, gives you the best of both worlds. You actually get a professor. You don't get somebody online who you never see and you think is teaching your class. You're here in the class with me. and so we can ask questions. We can go there, but you don't need to see me all the time. And the other days are when you complete your project. Now, it will be asynchronous, which means we don't get online all together and start doing a project. We go, hey, I set it up for you, and I go, get this done. We go over it, how to do it, and you submit by the due dates. Nice. Gives you a lot of flexibility. You need to work differently. You've got family. I think you're going to really like the format of this course because it does give you the best of both worlds. We have those online resources and projects to complete. Again, I'm going to try to get you digital badging, which you can put on your LinkedIn profile. That LinkedIn is going to be your resume going forward. So that's going to help out. Yeah, our exams, it'll all be done online, and you'll submit your projects online. I have all the videos and things that you need to get that done. So hybrid, I love it. You love it too. Blended, it's going to give you tremendous flexibility in your life. There we go. All right, there's a traditional professor from the 1900s. You're not worthy to be in this class. That's not the way we do it. Hey, I keep everything organized. I'm going to show you through our Canvas page. And again, I want you to be able to use this information in life. Yes, there's a traditional college. We're just so bored. Hey, we're going to be in class a small amount of time. Get you going to set you up for everything that you need to. The class on Mondays, an hour and 20 minutes. I am not trying to, again, I'm just going to refer to my government professors who, I've got 3 more minutes. You got to stay in here. Hey, time is money, and we don't want to waste each other's time. Get you in, get you out. So everything else. So here is our textbook. It is Marketing and Introduction by Philip Kotler and Gary Armstrong, 2 of the preeminent academias of marketing. And this book is now included in your tuition. So you don't have to worry about it. It's there on day 1. As you go in for your book, if I just get out, and as we go into our course materials, and you should see our book. Takes a little bit of a time, but there we are, Marketing and Introduction, and I have your chapters. You're going to read through the book there. We start reading now. It's nice. It's all there for you. Again, best experience will always be on a laptop or a tablet. Phones just do not give great experiences with our system, but I probably said that already. There's the marketing again, chapters 1 and 2, difference, and you can just go on your courses right there. So there's your textbook, all ready for you to go. One more time, course materials, that is the link you will find your textbook in, which you paid for in your tuition. A little bit of class attendance. Since we're only meeting 1 day a week, if you miss 4 or 5 times, you pretty much missed a whole month. And yes, you can keep up online. That's why I make it flexible. So if you do that and you want to just let me know, again, via email to say something's come up at work and I'm not going to get there for this week or the next, that really helps me out. Now, I do not drop a student. Many instructors are just waiting to get you that 5. I'm going to drop you. Hey, I've had students who never log in and never do anything. But I believe this. It's your money. It's your financial aid. It's your veterans benefits. It's your scholarship. I'm not the one that needs to drop you. You are the one that needs to drop. So once in a while I have a student, man, I never even showed up, or I stopped coming after the first 2 weeks of class. I thought you'd drop me. Nope, I won't. That's your business, my friends. So just letting you know that. I hope you can make it. This class is not very long. We've only got really maybe 12 sessions, somewhere around there. I think we can make it in. And again, it'll promise not to bore you. Yes, there you go. A little bit of studying time. Again, since it's more of an online class as well, again, I need to do things outside of class, my friends. My late work policy does come at a price, as anyone's should. You think of me as, and just in this classroom, as you would think of a vice president. I like to call myself a vice president of marketing, or whatever it might be. And you're turning in, you can't be late in the real world, in the business world. So it does come at a price. They're pretty hefty penalties right in there. Phones. Read my syllabus on that as well. I know more people, we're not using phones to talk, but we scroll. If the best a student can do, the best I can do if I'm a student in my own class is just scroll all my Instagram and everything else for an hour, I will probably ask you, don't come back to class. It's extraordinarily disruptive to me. Yeah, maybe this is my ego, but you've probably given, if you've ever given a speech and no one's even paying attention to what you're doing, then why are we wasting each other's time? If I see the whole class scrolling, I'll just say, hey, let's try it next week. Let's see if we can do a little bit better next week. Again, I'm not trying to keep you an hour and a half. I'm trying to give you information. Everything I'm trying to do is trying to better you. Now, you may be an expert in this field already, then come talk to me and we'll work something else out for you. But everything I'm trying to do is to get you better and get you that first good job going. Some things when we'll look at how to interview, just some things that we've got to do. If you have an emergency and you need to take a phone call because somebody is in a situation, I get that. And again, there we go. But right now, it's not talking on phones, which you should never do in a classroom, even if it's before class. Don't do that in the hallway. But the constant scrolling is just we can wait a few minutes without notifications. We can do it. We can make it through it, my friends. Title IX, very sensitive subject, and I don't want to make it any less sensitive than it is. But Tarrant County College is very proactive on Title IX, is what I can say. If a student has something they need to say to any of our employees, we take it seriously. And we don't just say, oh, well, that's just too bad that something happened. We immediately report, immediately. So we have a care team that would get any information like that, and they'll call, they'll give you a call, they'll work with you. We can get you to our care team and walk you over there as well. But we do take it very, very seriously. We do have some wonderful licensed professional counselors on staff, and I can help you get an appointment with them and show you how to do that. And everything you say will be kept in confidentiality. If you talk to a licensed professional counselor, if you say to somebody, any of us, any faculty member or any staff member that I think something happened this weekend that I don't know, that I know I was somehow abused, then we have to immediately get that working on, and which we do. We want to protect you. So those are just let you know we take it seriously, and there could be a care team. Again, it could be, there's there's food scarcity, big time, certainly with inflation. There's housing scarcity. Our counselors are social counselors. They're not academic counselors. They're all social counselors, and they can counsel you and they can get you and refer you to the institutions that are going to help anybody that we possibly can. So, children on campus, you may be taking my night class. This is where it happens the most. Maybe, who knows what happened? You didn't have any care for your child, and so we just say, let's go ahead and sit them outside on one of the benches in the NBSS building or any of our buildings that we're in. I wouldn't do that, especially if they're a young child. If they're not officially enrolled in our classes, then that's a Class C misdemeanor, and those fines are about $500, and it's a criminal record. We don't want that. Sometimes we'll say, let's just have a child in the library. And certainly if they're anywhere from like 6, 7, 8, 9 to around 14, if they are your cousins, they could be nieces or nephews, brothers or sisters, or your own children. If something happens, don't come to class. Don't come to my class, at least, because I've had to report it on several occasions, not from my students, but from somebody else's. And kids were in the hallway and they didn't know where they were. They went to the bathroom. Somehow they went downstairs, upstairs. And they were pretty small. Yikes! I had to call the police. Again, we got a report. I can't just say, oh, okay, you're cool. At any rate, and get that. Please, let that. If you have child duties, you don't come to class. There's stuff online. There's videos I've got. You're going to be fine. Campus carry. Best thing I can say here is read the campus carry regulations. There they are, right down here. You can always talk to our police. If you want to exercise that right, you definitely need this, because we also have a child care center, early learning, on this campus. The only campus I think that has that. And if you're within, I believe, 200 yards with a firearm, which is almost anywhere in the campus, but man, that's a felony. And we have had 2 of our own employees that violated the campus carry because it's technical, and they put their firearm in their drawer in their desk while they went to the restroom, and somebody nailed them on that, and the police were there and handcuffed them, took them to jail. This is serious. That's an armed weapon, and our chancellor at the time gave them pressed full charges, and so that's about $10,000, $15,000 worth of court costs. You'll never own a gun again in Texas, legally at least. And probably all somebody needed to do was tell this person, make sure you know every rule of campus carry. I don't know how you get a job after that, my friends, with a felony record for unlawfully carrying a firearm. Yeah, so please talk to our police, go to our website, and make sure you are not in violation. So, my friends, this is how you receive your value for the course, your grade for the course. Everything's right down in here, from our orientation quiz, quick LinkedIn, 2 of our HP digital badging that we're going to get, 2 different digital badges, 1, 2, 3 unit tests of marketing analysis, which is a nice, fun way to basically analyze the business that you're going to work for, or the one that you want to work for, or your competition. And we'll give a quick analysis. Actually, it's in a graphical form. Hope you'll like that. That will be it down the road. And then we finish off with the end of course assessment, 700 total points. And here's the grade right in here: gold, silver, bronze. Those are the points that you need to get to those. Again, what I do is add up your points through the semester. The only reason someone would make a grade in here is that they didn't do their assignments. And there comes a point where I've said procrastination is never your friend. And it's not. If you'll just do the work, I'll give you plenty of time, I think you'll be happy. If you don't do the work, then you won't be happy. And it's just the way it happens. There's always 3 or 4 students at the end of the semester saying, please let me reopen things, and I won't. We're done. We're done at the when May 1st comes, we're done with the class. So I want you to get the medals, and I want you to do well, and I want you to get better whatever you're going to do in your career. So that's a little bit on the course grades. All right, yes, let's make sure, there we go, everything's online. Get yourself a good flash drive. In fact, I'd get the $50 to $75 SanDisk that's got at least 500 gigs. It is a great flash drive, just a giant one that you always have in your computer. So many students over the years, their computers crash. You want to protect all of your digital content throughout your college and your full-time career. So you always have a copy of that. Again, that's your digital content, and that way you be able to jet out wherever you are, even if you're in the workplace. And so when you get your next job, you have an idea, because you backed up all of your projects. Do it, my friends. There's the great group, The Who. I'm looking forward to meeting you in class. Again, the reason we wanted to get this done, and hopefully you're doing it before class. If you didn't, it's okay. Just do it immediately. So this takes me about an hour or more. It takes the whole first class day up. And since we don't have that many class days, let's get this done. You always have a copy of it. And then we can get right into our course. So now we're back online. Principles of Marketing. There was the home page. There's the syllabus, very important. And here's where we are going to be on the course syllabus. Again, we may be in a different room, basically. That's actually my office. So I'm in fact 1107. If you need to see me, these are some of my office hours. Always best to email me, and we'll set up an appointment. If the classroom is open before we get there, which means there's not another class, I'm always there early. Happy to answer any questions, happy to answer any email. We'll take care of you. All right, we will take care of you. Your Canvas email is probably actually the best email to get me with, because it basically rolls over to all my other emails. So please hit me up on the Canvas email. I think we've gone over so much of this, learning objectives. As we go down, what we do have is is your points again. So you can always catch this, always what you need to do for the course. And right in here is what I call my course organizer. So no longer a file you have to download, it's always here. Here are the dates when things are due. Of course, if you're in Canvas, I don't know if it's showing up yet, but you'll always have right in here, you will basically have, once it's published up, your checklist of this is going to be due soon. And of course, we have it right here. These are the dates. Now, again, some of these dates are extended deep when the unit is over. So are mainly give you some more time on our digital certificate. So whatever semester we're in, that's will be the most current updated course organizer. Again, here's some of the late work. We're seeing it right now in the workforce of a new generation coming into professional jobs, and we're seeing a lot of layoffs, a lot of things that aren't great for new workers, and a lot of it's procrastination, not getting things done. So I keep an exam open for 24 hours after the due date, and if you take it during that time, it's a 15-point reduction. So if you ace it, instead of 100, it's an 85. Let's get this stuff done, my friends. I give you more than enough time to do that. There's our Canvas email system. Please read through this. We've got a code of conduct. And the nice thing about our course right in here, you'll always have your due dates coming right up in the course summary. So probably one of the most important pages in the class is going to be the course syllabus. You always have it. And if you want to print that out, that's a great idea, but you can always come to it. Then of course we have the modules right here. Now I am looking through my view, not the student view, so you can see everything. Let's get the orientation quiz done. Depending on, again, some of the courses we have, because we're only meeting one day a week and we have different holidays. We might be meeting on a Monday course, and we have that day, we don't start till Tuesday, then we'll meet the following Monday. If there's ever a day, and that happens on Labor Day and Martin Luther King holiday, usually those are two big ones right there, we'll just pick it up the next time, but that doesn't mean you can't start the course. So get your orientation quiz done, always read through all the videos. You have this right in here. I have PowerPoints, notes, resources for you. Even have a few videos that I have done for you just like this in case you missed a class, PowerPoint. So I do a lot of online teaching, as I've said, and so I'm trying to make it good for you. There's our LinkedIn assignments, there's our digital badging, and so you'll see this throughout the course, the big 3 units, and then the end of course assessment. So generally speaking, we don't open up unit lessons or modules before they are active. So hopefully Unit 1 is going to be open very soon. Then we'll go to Unit 2. But we're not trying to get ahead of ourselves. Just trying to keep what's directly in front of us. That's always the best way to grab a course. So I'm excited. As I've said, one of my favorite courses to teach is marketing, and I hope you've been able to watch this overview video. So when we get there on day 1, we can just start lecturing about the content that we're going to take. It's going to be a great class. Let's make it a great semester.